Haven't we been blessed of late with the array of major names on tour? Bieber, Springsteen, Adele broke all sorts of records. And let's add another one who hit town over the weekend.
Yes, 21 Pilots put on 2 epic shows, one in Wellington and another in Auckland. Carolyn Robinson was lucky enough to catch up with the band, who Rolling Stone magazine is calling the biggest band of the past year.
I'm taking my time on my ride.
21 Pilots.
Taking my time on my ride.
They have the energy of at least that number, but there's just the two of them, and they had Kiwi audiences in a frenzy. This is their 4th visit to New Zealand.
Oh, I love your switch.
Oh, thanks.
That's very cool.
Do you like mine?
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the Ohio duo is grateful to be back.
New Zealand's probably one of the most beautiful countries that we've ever been to, I think. So it's always fun to be here.
We felt our first earthquake yesterday.
I actually didn't feel it.
You didn't feel it. I felt it.
My body's more resilient to the earthquake feeling than Tyler's, I guess.
Well, you're always shaking, so it's hard for you to tell when.
Something else external is forcing it.
Yeah, you're not very often still, are you?
No.
Vector Arena is familiar territory, but last time they were here, they were the support act.
I remember watching the show and just kind of thinking how crazy it would be to headline a room like this in a country as far away from home as we could be. And so now to be here doing that is a really cool thing.
But don't for a minute think it's gone to their heads. The guys accepted their first Grammy just last month for Best Pop Duo in the same outfit they usually watched in.
We noticed that every single one of us was in our underwear. And seriously, Josh turned to me, and we were no one at that time. He turned to me and he said, you know, if we ever go to the Grammys, if we ever win a Grammy, we should receive it just like this.
I think it has a lot to do with our relationship, you know, as friends, and our families and our good friends around us. If anything, there's been people change around us more than us changing.
But they have had to make allowances. Drummer Josh Dunn becoming like a second frontman.
I've always been terrified of a microphone and talking in front of people. So now that's a much larger part of this for me, which is something that I've just kind of had to learn and get used to.
I'd love to know how many drumsticks you go through in one concert.
The most that I've gone through in a day is 20 drumsticks.
Around 17,000 saw them this weekend, and the reviews were magic.
I think that some people assume that we constantly are encouraged and constantly praised. And actually, it's almost sometimes the reverse can happen, where everyone assumes that we're getting enough praise and they're hearing it enough that they're great and they back off. So more than you would realize, to actually hear something like that means a lot.
And lyric monster Tyler Joseph has a tip for budding musicians.
Just find a really good-looking drummer to do his thing next to you.
He's still working on that.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Geez, they're thinkers, aren't they? What's happened to the world? Do you remember, like, in the 60s, and you read old Keith Richards' book, they're permanently out of
Like
it.
3 or 4
they can't
words.
Believe like they wouldn't have a clue what's going on.
It's
And these
kind of
guys
refreshing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
And apparently at the concert there were like lots of stunts and sort of magic tricks, so pretty much the opposite to what you had at Adele, who basically just stood and sang. But they are very cool, those guys. I love them.